Coming over to Raw is going to be a tag team. It's going to be a team of two people who maybe people didn't think would be paired together originally in WWE, but they have been a team. They have won the NXT World Tag Team Championships, and they didn't lose them until very recently. This is going to be Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin coming over to Raw.
A great pairing between them both. Obviously, they've caused a little bit of chaos on NXT. Obviously, former NXT champions as well. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do on the main roster. And then will they both be able to stay on the same page now for a long period of time? Because obviously, Bron Breakker will be sniffing up the world title eventually. And I guess Baron Corbin will be wanting a bit of a singles push to better his chances on the main roster.
Yeah, and of course, we do know that Grayson Waller has already tweeted that he was the number one draft pick and everyone should get behind him for a shot at the World Championship. We know Bron Breakker tweeted out as well that if he's drafted by Raw, he's going to be in the World Title Eliminator Tournament no matter what. What will happen if Grayson Waller and Bron Breakker cross paths in the tournament? We know they've got a history with each other. We know them two hate each other's guts.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do on the main roster, but I feel like the tag team divisions will be fearful of what that they'll be able to be capable of.
Yeah.
Friday night SmackDown's next pick, and this is someone that we feel will have a big future in the women's division, and she is the protege, Roxanne Perez, who is a former two-time NXT Women's Champion.
Nice, a great pick there for SmackDown. Roxanne, arguably the future of the women's division. Very good pick there for SmackDown. But firing back is going to be a pick for Raw, who is also labelled as the future of the women's division. She is one of the biggest rising stars recently from NXT, and that is going to be Tiffany Stratton coming over to Raw.
It's going to be Tiffy time on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, Tiffany, of course. She says that whichever brand she lands up on, it's going to be all about her, and it is, of course, Tiffy time. Will Tiffany Stratton be in the world title picture? We're about to find out.
You've got to make sure you get those cameras all set up as well, because you'll be expecting those photo shoots.
Yeah.
But we've got a tough competitor coming over to SmackDown from NXT as well. Someone that has held the NXT Championship as of late. Someone that could cause issues in the ranks for either the US title or the world title. This person, I hope, will make an instant impact. This is Ilya Dragunov.
Nice. Ilya Dragunov, of course, another huge pick. But talking about holding the NXT title, the next pick coming over to Raw is someone who is arguably one of the greatest NXT superstars of all time, having held so many titles in his tenure in NXT. Carmelo Hayes is going to be coming over to Raw, and he says that he does not miss. Melo don't miss, and Melo wants that shot. But is Carmelo Hayes going to be in the World Title Eliminator, or is Carmelo Hayes going to fall just short of that and have to be going after the Intercontinental Championship? We're going to have to find out. But I know Carmelo Hayes, just like Grayson Waller, has his eyes set on Bron Breakker. Of course, Carmelo Hayes tweeted that Carmelo Hayes is him and he should have been drafted in the top 5. Carmelo is not happy.
Well, Carmelo Hayes is someone that, has had a little bit of beef with Trick Williams. But obviously, Carmelo Hayes is someone that has got a bright future ahead of him as well. There's a lot of promise for this guy, and he probably will be a multiple world champion in years to come.
Alright.
It is now time for SmackDown to make their next pick, and this is a tag team that will be coming to the blue brand that we feel will create a great future for themselves on this brand. They are Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, DIY.
Nice. Of course, Gargano and Ciampa, much like KO and Sammy, being best friends for such a long time, and it's going to be interesting to see what both of them can do, both as a tag team and maybe even by themselves later down the line over on the blue brand.
Yep, they've definitely had success on NXT, and they basically know each other off by heart, so it'll be interesting to see where they can take things onto the main roster, but I'm sure right now their main focus will be is getting their hands on their tag team championships.
Yeah. And now, coming over to Raw, making her long-awaited return is going to be a main event female competitor. It's going to be the Queen, Charlotte Flair coming over to Raw.
The Queen, who's been on Smackdown for so long, it's a great pick for Monday Night Raw. Obviously, Charlotte bringing a lot of experience to your women's division. So, can the Queen come back stronger and also get her hands on the world title?
You gotta think she will be eyeing that up, but of course she's gonna have to get through Damage Control, so it's not gonna be easy for the Queen.
No, it won't at all. But this next pick for SmackDown is going to please a lot of fans for the Blue brand, because this is someone that has made a lot of movement over the last year, someone that is looking to push himself into those bigger main event scenes. This is LA Knight.
Yeah. Nice. LA Knight, of course, going to be wanting to make some shockwaves over on the Blue brand too. But someone else who wants to make shockwaves of her own, I mean, Liv Morgan will not be happy about this. And we know quite a few of our subscribers hate this woman with a passion. But coming over to Raw will be the man, Becky Lynch.
Damn, so Becky Lynch is going to try and cause hell for Liv Morgan even more, is she?
Yeah, but you've got to think, with Damage Control also being on Raw, will Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch have to unite and fight alongside each other to try and get their own individual wants and needs? Because you've got to think, if you're up against someone like Dakota Kai, you've got to worry about potentially 2 or 3 other competitors as well on the outside. So you've got to think, will Becky Lynch have Liv Morgan's back? Or is it going to be every woman for themselves and then Damage Control just owning Raw for as long as they wish?
Well, that'll be something that we all want to find out very soon. But Liv Morgan, she has been coming, second fiddle for a long time now. She's been waiting for an opportunity, but she always seems to come up short. So she's going to have to do her best to now finally put things right.
Yeah, for sure.
But, which brings me to SmackDown, because, I mean, the general manager might have a earache after having these two on their brand, because, she does seem to moan a lot. But coming to SmackDown is a team of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
Nice. Of course, the GM may not be too happy with that one, though. With Chelsea Green, of course, there's definitely going to be some argument in the GM's office, I'm sure.
Well, Chelsea Green, has stated out that she deserves all the luxuries to be on SmackDown, and that she wants all these limos coming to pick her up, and with the people in the back taking her bags and whatnot. So is Chelsea going to have a tough time on SmackDown too?
Well, we're going to have to find out. And coming over to Raw is going to be 2 women who have been in NXT a long time now. Of course, they have caused a lot of people a lot of heartbreak. It is going to be JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, Toxic Attraction. Now, of course, JC Jane turned on Gigi Dolan a long time ago. However, in the draft handbook, they are listed as a team. And I hear that JC Jane actually requested that her and Gigi be drafted together, whether that be to Raw or to SmackDown. So it's going to be interesting to see how Gigi responds to this, because she had no idea that she would be drafted as a team alongside JC Jane.
Well, obviously they've been together in Toxic Attraction under Mandy Rose's leadership. So, obviously they did split up and go their separate ways, and they even feuded against each other. So, with the history between them both, can they get back on good terms? Go over to Monday Night Raw, or would they not see eye to eye and continue the feud that's gone on in the past?
Alright, we're going to have to find out, but we know that JC Jane is saying that she's turned over a new leaf, and that while she's still toxic, she's saying that she now understands where some of Gigi's fans were coming from, and Gigi Dolan herself. JC Jane says it's ready to turn a new leaf, and the time is now for JC and Gigi to reunite.
Well, for SmackDown, for this next pick, it's someone that we believe has been, having a lot of good matches in a short amount of time. He is very talented and probably has a long, bright future as well, if he can continue it up. He is the Maverick, Logan Paul, who has also been the United States Champion.
Nice. Logan Paul, of course, social media megastar as well. You got to think, will Logan Paul and LA Knight feud at some point? We know that, of course, Logan Paul likes to call himself the social media megastar, but LA Knight says he's the megastar of wrestling. That'd be interesting once them two meet face to face.
Well, we can confirm that Logan Paul is going to continue as the United States champion. So, will LA Knight be his first feud? Well, that'll be the question mark.
Coming over to Raw will be the master of the 3 most deadly letters in all of WWE, the RKO, Randy Orton, the Viper, is coming over to the red brand.
Randy Orton, who's been in the business for 22 plus years on the making. He's done it all. He's won every single championship there's yet to win, apart from the new World Heavyweight Championship, of course, and the Universal title.
Randy Orton, of course, you've got to think, will he want to get that world title, or does he feel as if maybe helping some of the young up-and-coming talent might be on his sort of repertoire of things to do? We'll have to wait and see, but Randy Orton, a big name for Monday Night Raw.
I wouldn't like to be anyone on the Raw roster having to deal with a angry Randy Orton, though.
RKO out of nowhere.
We all know what he's capable of when he's put in a dark place.
Yeah, definitely.
So, congrats to Randy and to Raw, but we have to bounce back in our own way for Smackdown, because with our next pick is someone who has, been a former WWE champion himself. He's yet to, obviously get his moment in front of the crowd. So coming to Smackdown will be Drew McIntyre.
Cool. Another good pick there for Smackdown. Of course, Drew McIntyre is going to want that title and is not going to be too happy if anyone tries to get in his way.
Well, we don't know what kind of Drew McIntyre will be coming over to SmackDown, but he'll definitely be wanting to, not let anyone standing in his way to get that, WWE title in front of that live crowd that he really wants this time.
I came here to win it. Do it in a minute. Don't ever doubt that I'm from New York. I came here to win it. Do it in a minute. Never back down, get me anywhere. I need NYC. I ain't never scared.
Yeah. Everybody hype here. Big dreams and we tryna live a life here. Big time is big malls full of sightseers. Big cars catching big speeds in the right gears. Attitude infamous, ice stairs. Yeah, we banking, but we better than me. I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody who's stepping to me. I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody who's tussling with the beast. I don't see nobody, cause there ain't nobody. I say I'm the best cause ain't nobody got me. Running through the crowd like there ain't nobody who's better than me. Blessing opponents, flexing and focus. I'm leaving them all looking stressing and floating. How am I hopping? I'm dressing the bogus, impressing the suckers that said I was bogus. I gave them a second, it's over. Lifting the weight that they put on my shoulders. Now I'm the champion, they wanna be homies, but I don't have friends.